So right now we're just doing some free foot movement, and he is basically leading the way. The only time I will intervene is if he sees the trigger and he starts to head directly toward, or if I see he starts to be more stressed. Okay? Have you ever heard of anything called calming signals? Okay. Calming signals are do your dogs play together? Okay. If you look at your dogs when they play, they often exhibit early signals of communicating a temporary timeout. You didn't see that. A temporary timeout means like, just hang on 1 second. I just need a little break. That could be a head turn. That could be a lip lick. That could be a body shake off. So there's a whole variety of calming signals that dogs use. When dogs see things that cause them concern in the environment, they often use those early signals themselves. And those are the early signals that owners often miss to communicate they have some upset. And hold this for a little bit. Now he sees the dog. He saw then. His nose went right to the ground. Now he'll glance up again. This can be a sign of arousal. See that? Tail up. Good boy. Now I intervened a little bit nice. I like that. I a little bit then, because you see how tall he was getting? So that's telling me that that stress is rising. So he stops to stop. Because I don't want him to stare too long, I intervened a little tiny bit and just gave a little pup pup. So that little pup pup, he was still thinking, he was still able to think. And then I let him do his thing again. So I'm just getting a gauge now of his reaction to another dog. So right now he knows that other dog is still there. You need to come behind.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So he's dictating. Now that could be a little bit of the rain, but that could be a stress shake. But it's also in context, right? He might shake because he's getting wet, or he might be shaking because he's shaking off adrenaline. All right? See him looking there? Moving a little forward. I'm just going to let him stop. Go, stop. Nice, good boy. Now, I don't know if you noticed when he turned, he licked his lips. Self-calming. Paw up. Mama, I love this. Do you see that? That's beautiful that he's checking in with you. Oh my God, what a rewardable moment. What more could you want, right?
So should I be praising him?
You certainly can. Paw up. So this is not a bad distance. He's not totally, let's just increase just a little tiny bit. Come back with your mom. So would we classify that casual interest? No, not really casual. Like, you know, casual is like, oh yeah, there's another dog, and then I go back to sniffing the environment. That was a little intense, a little tall. And we do want to allow him to look and gather information. That's good boy. That's a really important thing, to allow the dog to gather information on those things that bother them. Just like, again, if that guy was running at us with an axe, I'd have to keep looking back. I need to gather information. So he's doing the same. Now he's doing beautiful work here right now. I know it doesn't seem like it, but he's looking, and then he just went back to smelling that tree, that post there. So that was really nice. He's doing his thing here now. He is being a dog. He is dictating whether he's interested in going forward,
He's eating something,
moving away. He knows that dog is there. He's looked, he's gathered the information, and now he's kind of moved on. Now, chances are, once he finishes, he's going to have another little look at that dog. Why? Because he needs to. Because it bothers him. This is what a bat setup looks like. Having an open area with lots of nice smells, allowing the dog the freedom of movement to move in, to move out, to look. Doing it all on his own. We're going to move right into the survival games for you, but this gave me an idea of the distance. So have a look at this distance. This is where he needs, and you're much closer when he's reacting. This right here is where he felt comfortable enough to look. Got a little like, but then moved away, and really now has dismissed that dog and is having some supper. Please don't. So I'm just gonna. Now, the more he can do on his own, the better. Meaning, I just gave a little jiggle and a little kissy noise, right? And then let him do his thing. If I'd seen the stress rising and he started to bark, well then I'm gonna have to help him along a little bit more, aren't I? Right? But the more he can do, the more he's empowered, for lack of a better word. Okay, so